welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Back here where we need ya. Back here where we need ya. Yeah, the T's in my lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back. All right, give it a stretch. That's good. Okay. All right. What was that noise? I don't know what that was. But welcome back. The last work session, I had to. So the machine, the UV printer goes into like after like 24 hours, I guess, of not using it, maybe 48 hours, it will go into like a moisturizing mode. You know what I'm saying? So it does. So the ink doesn't get dried up in the tubes, which was I think we had an issue before. So that's why I had to replace the print head and all this other stuff. Fine. But so I went through. It takes a while for it to get the inks going again, and I guess I ran out of one ink, so luckily I had it in there. And then I also so I printed one, like a test thing, and yeah, I think the reason why it's coming out super dark is because I'm still trying to figure out how these inks work or what have you. But like, it's one color, but then we keep printing on top of the same color. I thought it would just like build it up. No, it just makes it darker because it's like see-through. It's ink, you know what I'm saying? So unless I did like the color white color, so I'd have to do like a bunch of white to build it up, or gloss. It uses gloss, and then put on top of that. So yeah, so it looks pretty good. And yeah, so all right, so that's good. So I need to work on the jig to put the stuff in and print that out. And so yeah, so it's coming together. So I'm hoping to be able to start the job today, at least part of the job, you know what I'm saying, the smaller part. So we'll see. All right, great. So for this break, I want to take a quick look at Vite. Now, Vite has been like silently in the background running like all JavaScript frameworks. You know what I'm saying? Like, so a lot of JavaScript frameworks are based on Vite, using Vite as a tool, right, for like packaging and all sorts of stuff. And I saw that they had like a couple of weeks ago, but I was traveling and stuff. Like at a I think it was a Vite conference, or Vue conference, one of these conferences, and they kind of announced like some new things with it. I was like, oh, it's pretty cool. So figured we take a look at it. And so I'm going to paste links, and then we'll take a look at the site, and it's gonna be next to the recording of the video in untilit.works. And it looks like I might be having internet issues. That's great. So, all right, cool. Okay, so let us go ahead and check this out. Let me pause this one. I think it could be this also. Give me a second here. Yeah, okay, I think it's okay, cool. All right. Nope, still buffering. Weird. It's fine. All right, so let me share my screen here. I want to take a look at, let's go with this one, because this one has like, well, no, this one here. All right, so Vite, right? There's Vite Plus. It looked like they announced Vite Plus, I think. And so I figured we'd take a look at it. The website is viteplus.dev, VITEPLUS.dev. All right, kind of talk about things here. So I guess this is kind of like, so there's Vite, and I guess Vite Plus. Let's see what it because I know Vite as kind of like the bundler, and it does all these things behind the scenes that allow developers to be able to build those frameworks that then we all get to enjoy to build our applications, right? And so let's see here. So the unified tool chain for the web. All right. Manage your runtime, package manager, and front-end stack with one tool. Free and open source under the MIT license. Dope. So getting started, and then read the announcement. That's okay. This takes you to the other site. So I'm gonna open this. We'll read that later, but here we go. So we have a CLI tool. So VP, so Vite Plus create. All right. So then select a template. All right. And then the project directory, and then node dependencies installed in 1.1 seconds. That's pretty good. And then you just run it. Interesting. So then if you want to, so that's creating it. The dev of it. All right. I wonder if this is using like React. I see this app.tsx. So I wonder if it by default uses React or something. Let's see. All right, you can check things. All right, that's pretty dope. Then you can run some tests. Nice. And then you can build. All right. Okay, that's cool. And damn, milliseconds. That's pretty dope. All right, using roll down. Okay, I see. All right, nice. So you install the V Plus globally. All right, so that's how you get the all the stuff there, like the CLI commands. And manage your runtime and package manager. So use Node automatically with the right package manager selected for every project. Oh, dope. So regardless if you're using like PNPM or NPM or Yarn or Bun, it will handle all that stuff for you. That's pretty cool. And it simplifies everyday development, right? So that we had those commands that we saw before. And empowering your favorite framework supports every framework built on Vite. So I guess you could, because the create, I'm wondering how would you run it? Like if I have like a Svelte project, oh, and 20 more. If I had like a Svelte project, how would I add Vite Plus to it? I wonder if it says that more here. All right, so a trusted stack to standardize on. All right. Safe asset scale. Cool. So yeah, so you can see here just with Vite 7, with rollup, it's like 2.17 seconds to like, I guess, build. And then here with Vite Plus, it uses roll down. And so it's milliseconds, 181 milliseconds, not even seconds. 40 times sounds, that's pretty dope. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Focus on shipping, not tooling. All right. It's good to hear. All right. Everything needing one tool. So kind of like the same stuff we saw before. Good lint. All right. Testing. Oh, Vite tasks for model repos and scripts. Interesting. All right. Cool. Full stack. Okay, here we go. Maybe this is what let's see. So full stack, no problem. Vite Plus can be the foundation of any type of web apps, from spas to full stack meta frameworks. Okay. So let's see here. So meta frameworks, you can use meta frameworks that ship as Vite plugins with Vite Plus. Okay. All right. And then it look like you can like host it wherever you want. That's pretty dope. Okay. Let's see. There's a. Okay, I guess it doesn't matter. Deploy anywhere by pairing with Nitro. Okay, so I guess Nitro does the heavy work, the lifting of like where to deploy to. Okay. All right, I like the little graphic here. That's pretty cool. So you can use all these different files and all these things, plug it in, and be able to go into these. That's pretty dope. Free and open source, dope. And then it's from these folks at Void Zero, which I think is where we'll take a look at that also. So this is Evan Yu's company. Okay, so yes, here we go. All these different things here. So let's look at Vite itself. So this is like on top of Vite. So Vite actually is, share this tab instead. So here's Vite itself, right? And so the build tool for the web, right? And so it has all these things here. Whereas I guess Vite Plus is built on top of that. Well, I think Vite Plus might be totally different because this is using roll up, where Vite Plus is using roll down. So I wonder, like, at some point, are they going to just go all the way to Vite Plus, or if there's a reason to keep Vite around because other frameworks are already using it? Maybe. Interesting. I'd like look more into this. Like I just saw them mention this. I saw like on my feed somewhere. All right. Cool. So this is Vite, right? And then let's take a look at the announcing of Vite Plus Alpha, because it's an alpha right now, and share this tab. So this is a blog post. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, so it's a tool chain. So I guess it's more you can do with it. So yeah, so it combines Vite test, Oxlint, Ox format, which I think these are the things that like format your code, and this like your linter and formatter, and roll down, which is the thing. Oh, and then TS down, which I think is for the TypeScript stuff, like to compile it or what have you. And then roll down compiles your application itself, I guess. Interesting. He seems excited about it. All right. So yeah, so you install it, but I'm trying to figure out how can I use it in a framework that's already using Vite. So I'm trying to figure out. I'm gonna look more into that. Probably not right now, but so yeah. So all right, that's pretty dope. Let's see. Now let's take a look at the company behind everything. So this is void0.dev. And I'll post a link to everything. It'll be next to the recording on the video. And so the JavaScript tooling company, making JavaScript developers more productive than ever before. Nice. Especially like with like AI and stuff. Oh, productivity is through the roof. Like I literally, so one of the projects I want to make, you know what I'm saying, for my company, right, is this thing. And like to get it to work, I have no clue how it would work. It consists of like mapping and all these things. So taking like an image and then mapping it. So then when I display it, it comes out fine. I have no clue how to do that. You know what I'm saying? And so I asked AI if it's possible. Apparently it's possible. There's like some math stuff that you got to do. And so what I want to do, I wanted to create a web application where I can like upload an image. It does the transformations. I can save the transformed image. So then I can go and like mess around with it and get it to working the way I want it to. So when I display it, it comes out fine. So I kind of want something. I was like, I'm sure you could do that through the web. And so it did it. There's a couple of things I had to do. I put it in AI. So I asked AI, I used Gemini, and I was using deep research. So she was searching for all sorts of stuff, and it gave me like a report. And I was like, all right, I want to put this in a web application. Give me the description of what I would need. I described the web application and what it needs to do, right? So it took all that and gave me a description. Cool. Plug that into AI Studio from Google, and it came out with something. And I wanted to use vanilla JavaScript, HTML, CSS, no frameworks or anything. I want to like look at it and understand it. And I wanted like a 3D preview of what like the display would look like, right? And so it did it, and it's pretty cool. And I'm gonna play around with it some more and test it out and see if it actually works. If it works, that would be awesome. And so yeah, all within like a couple of hours last night after the radio show. I was like on the laptop just messing around, and it popped out something. I had to make some changes because it wasn't coming out right. So I had like a screenshot of like the file I uploaded and the output in the preview, and it was like, oh yeah, I needed to flip it upside down or something like that. So it was kind of amazing. And so now I can look back at the code because using like 3JS, which I'm trying to get better at. And so this is cool to see the different things you can use 3JS for, because I want to get more into like WebXR. And so 3JS is like a big part of that. And so by seeing this code, I can kind of like follow along and see and, you know, kind of get familiar with it and look up things that I don't understand and stuff. So yeah, neither here nor there. But yeah, so this is, so stuff like this, that's what I'm saying, like productivity is kind of amazing. All right, so, oh, here we go. So yeah, okay, so the last one didn't have the filled out command. It just said VP create, but then you can give it a name, and then you can like it has templates, and so there's the React one. Okay, so that's how you would put it in. So okay, all right, so that makes sense then. So if I had like a svelte one, I'm sure I could probably do like svelte or whatever. All right, okay, that makes sense then. So okay, that's pretty dope. All right, and then the V, you know what I'm saying? That's what we were talking about before. Okay, cool, nice unit tests. In the formatting stuff, that's pretty dope. All right. Damn, V downloads, very nice. V plus. Okay, yeah, because it was just kind of like announced, so they don't have numbers on these. It went up. All right. Oh well, here, yeah, pretty dope. Okay, very nice. Shout out to these folks for backing it. It's super dope. All right, nice. And then they also announced. So I want to take a look at this other one, void.cloud. Share this tab instead. Here, right? And so this one here, so ship Vite apps at warp speed. So whereas the other stuff was just like tooling, you know what I'm saying? But this is a deployment platform designed for Vite, a powerful backend SDK to make your Vite apps truly full stack. So this is like the app, you know what I'm saying? So before it was like the tools to build your app, like this here is the app that you can build on, like the framework to make your app, you know what I'm saying? So here we go. So yeah, so Evan, you announced this void. So I think this is what I saw. Let me see if I click this, it went directly to you. awesome. And it's showing me. Oh, that is awesome. It's actually showing me an ad for my printer that I have here. That's kind of funny. All right, I'm gonna skip this. Okay, hold on. No thanks. I really need to be on my like what do you call it? My pro plan, YouTube pro thing, whatever, so I don't get ads. But that's not this account here I'm using. But let me share this tab here. All right, cool. Check this out.
All this tooling, we've built V Plus, we've built, all the things you need from going from a fresh system to having a running Vite app. But there's still a lot of gap between having a Vite app and all the way having something live in the cloud, right? You still need to pick a framework, you still need to pick a deployment platform, still need to pick a database, an ORM, authentication. What if you want to do queues, crons, all the stuff? It's right. The backend story has never been part of the Vite story. So today we're gonna change that. Introducing Void, the Vite native deployment platform. So the acronym, this is just a joke, but the acronym is Vite Optimized Isomorphic Deploy. So what is Void? Right? Is it just another deployment platform? So the idea is Void turns any Vite app into a truly full stack app, deployed at the edge on Cloudflare workers with a single plugin. We actually got the Void package. So if you install Void, import the Void plugin, put it into your Vite config, and then voila, you have Void deploy, and it goes live at the edge. No Cloudflare account required, no Cloudflare infra knowledge required, and you just Void deploy, and it goes live at the edge. So what can you do with it, though? Like, what can you build with it? So here's how it works. It gives you true back-end full stack capabilities with auto.
So yeah, so basically, like we were saying before, like he mentioned, and he did really well at that. Like basically, like I was saying before, Vite Plus, there's all like the tooling to be able to create your application, regardless of whatever like framework you're using. It's like the behind the scenes stuff, right? Whereas now with all these things, you can get like authentication, you get some AI stuff there, you get storage, KV, key value pair stuff, like D1 database. So you get a database, you get schemas and all sorts of stuff, right? Cron jobs, queues, all sorts of things, all packaged now in Void. So you basically, and you can deploy it. And so whatever app you have, so I'm assuming you could probably start like the Vite Plus stuff, add the Void, and use like React, Svelte, whatever your framework that you like, you know what I'm saying? Svelte, Kit, whatever, and just deploy it anywhere without having to worry about it. And it'll just handle everything. And you have all these things built in, which is kind of cool. And then like you just import these things into whatever, I guess, framework you're using and you're comfortable with, and you can just deploy it, which is pretty cool. It's kind of awesome. And so, and it goes through more. So you can check it out on the website there. But the thing is, share this time instead. As you can see here's join early access. So it's not really available right now for folks, anyone to check out. But you can join the access and see what you want. And so, yeah, one command to production, Void deploy builds your app, I guess, regardless if it's Svelte Kit, whatever React uses, or the other ones, like the 20 plus it said there. Runs migration, provisions resources, and deploys it. All right. And so, yeah, truly full stack. Like I mentioned, you get the database, KV storage, object storage. Oh, object storage. AI inference. Okay, you can run some AI apps. That's pretty dope. Authentication, queues, and cron jobs, all built in. Import what you need, skip what you don't. That's pretty dope. And then, yeah, so your framework, your rendering. So React, Vue, Svelte, Solid, Vite-based meta frameworks. You get SSR, so static site rendering, static site generation, incremental site rendering, islands with partial hydration. So you only want like certain parts to be static and some stuff to be like live or whatever. You get partial hydrate pages and markdown. That's pretty dope. And AI native, so built-in skills, MCP support, and reference prompts. Let coding agents scaffold, build full stack apps in a single prompt. That's pretty dope. So yeah, so you can join early access there. But yeah, if you want to check it out, I'm in the future. I think it was asking me like a bunch of questions when I looked at it. Yeah. So, like, where you currently host? Maybe I'll. Yeah. See, it was like asking how many developers on your team. I don't know, just me. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I don't know if I'm gonna do this for work. And see, I don't really have a biggest pain point about my current hosting provider. I mean, it's fine. So I'll probably wait until, because I mean, I don't know, but if you have a need, you want to try it out, you can do it there. Because I'm pretty happy with like Astro. I don't have to see. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe some of the actual, like, I'd be interested in seeing the AI native stuff, see how that works. You know what I'm saying? And plus, it comes with all this other stuff. But the thing is, a lot of the projects I do are like based on web technology, so they're like built in already. Because I don't really like authentication sometimes, maybe, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of stuff I just is like free and open stuff, and like it's run in the browser. So I really don't need like a database because I'm not really storing anything. Everything's done in the browser, in the person's thing that they need to use. And so even like some of the AI stuff, I've been kind of playing around with. But I mean, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all coming together under one place, which is pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? So, and they've been doing this for a minute, so you know they're putting in the time to make this work. So yeah, so you see here's the like React app. So I thought I would be able to like look at pages and stuff. But then like yeah, here's view. So it all just like works with it. That's pretty cool. So yeah, so if you're using that, that's pretty dope. All right, cool. I think that's gonna be it then. Let me get y'all back to work because I talked about this a lot longer than I thought I was going to. But it's kind of interesting, you know what I'm saying, to see all the different things that are happening on the web, you know what I'm saying? And so, and what I like, because like especially like AI now, so because there's like these new things that kind of pop up, you know what I'm saying? And so you can still work in what you want, and then you can use AI to kind of like help like bridge the gap between like the newer stuff. And you kind of like, hey, look at this documentation, help explain this to me and how it could be helpful in what I'm working here. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to really spend a lot of time deep diving and going down rabbit holes on new things, trying to figure out whether or not, you know what I'm saying, it'll be helpful for you. So I think that's pretty cool. All right, let me get y'all back to work so I can get back to work because this thing is printing, which is dope. I need to go ahead and get this, the jig thing set up so I can get that printing. That might take a while. And I'm gonna kind of keep playing around with different. So the print setting look like it's good. So that's good. That's great. I was kind of wondering about that. I'm gonna mess around with this laser. And so I want to try and play around with that as well. So, and I got to do some post-radio show promo stuff. So a lot of stuff to do. And when we come back, we'll take a look at an artist's website, listen to some music, watch some videos, maybe you'll become a fan. But till then, I'm going to send you all off with this traveling music. This right here is Anthony Cruz, a.k.a. A Butter. The track's called Thank You. Thanks for hanging out, and see you like 15 minutes after the hour, unless I get sidetracked again. All right, y'all be easy. Peace. Thanks for hanging out.
I wanna say thank you for holding on when a brother was down and out. Now I feel so strong, and I wanna say thank you for being there when a brother had nowhere to turn to. You were there, and I feel like hell, and everybody says hell. We spread love like hell. I wanna say thank you for holding on when a brother was down and out. Now I feel so strong, and I wanna say thank you for being there when a brother had nowhere to turn to. You were there, and I feel like hell, and everybody says hell.